As I spawned into my world, I was right where I was left off, on my balcony, overviewing the land that I've once planned to cultivate with many, many buildings. The last time I was on this world was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I made my last video on this world, building a secret base. As I turn around to walk inside of my bedroom, which was quite barren except for a double bed, I walk into the foyer and look up to the place which my friend Elijah has built. This was his quote-unquote room inside of my house, with his iconic green leggings and boots. Then I walk the other way into Jamal's room. He built this crudely without my permission and called it his room. Took up all the window space as well. Then the piston doors that I had to watch a YouTube video on how to figure out how to make. I was planning to make a understairs room, a craft room here. Never got to it. And of course, the TV room, which after I built, I started my new intro in. But of course, after the updates, it works. Huh. I was planning on building a massive building. A massive mansion with many rooms. And what I walked into was my snow farming. My organized chest, to which I've organized most of them. I probably made too much than I needed. And my secret room, when it was secret, had it so there was a secret lever. But then again, Jamal broke that once I found it. Then I walk into my staircase. We've already been upstairs, and these ladders just lead down to a simple mining bedroom with chests and other stuff and a strip mine. Nothing too important to show. Then I walk outside to my doggy graveyard. I used to take one dog along with me every adventure, but after the death of Tiger, I just kept them in their doghouse. But since this is my last episode, let's take them all. And when I say last episode, I don't mean last episode in general. I mean this episode is the last. Then I walk to my tree farm. It only had birch and oak with some spruce and some jungle. And this path, which leads through the forest to a lone mine a couple hundred blocks away, which led to my zombie spawner farm. As I walk back across the bridge, I look at the dirt pillar. I only built it to get the achievement of bouncing off a slime block over 50 feet. And then in my bathroom we had a shower, which you can get on top of, and a minecart that acted as the toilet. Then while we're here, let us explore the Nether. Here in the Nether, I was planning on building a laboratory. At first, it's crude. It's made out of cobblestone because cobblestone's blast resistant. I was planning on improving later on with replacing the cobblestone with stone bricks. And this just leads out of the laboratory. As I walk through every bit, I can't help but feel a sense of nostalgia just running through me, just beating through my veins. And it was time to go down. I think a bug just occurred as I was filming. I heard all my dogs die, and I believe it was a bug which caused that to happen when I was generating between worlds. This is my carrot, sugarcane, and potato farm, and netherwort farm. I do not know who this dog is, yet he can sit on my command, but he doesn't seem to follow me. Oh, he does follow me. He used to ignore my commands, so I believe it was Elijah's dog at one point. And here's my vast wheat farm, which leads into here, my stable. Now there is no way out besides through my water elevator. You sit. Then as we explore outside the stable, we find my editing room. The room that I would hop into, sit still, then go to a different world, build a similar room, and I would pretend this teleported me to that world. Yet, I was planning on so many skits doing that, but they never happened. Then, as I walk outside onto my makeshift dirt bridge, I look over and remember building that Herobrine shrine. I was going to do a skit with one of my friends dressing up as Herobrine and doing a Herobrine skit, but then again, that never happened. As I walk across the checkpoint, which I built to keep mobs out, I look at all my sheep. This was just a fraction of all of them. I used to have every single color, yet somehow they managed to escape. Then I walk to this strange flat surface. I was terraforming. I was going to build a minecart station here and have it connect to many places I was going to build in the future. Boy, was I ambitious. I walk to a oh so familiar treehouse. I remember when my friend called dibs on the treehouse as I was building my blocky structure. From above, it looks like a heart. But then again, it is crudely made. He moved his bed into my mansion once I told him he could. Then, my first ever house that I made. I shortly moved after a creeper blew up the front entrance and side of the door and room. It is now barren, with only dirt in the chest. All of this is bringing back so many memories I have of my childhood, of when I was younger and a bit more naive. I remember building this last, a secret door that no longer works because of an update and no longer connects to the bottom piston, only activating the top piston. Then again, I was going to build around me stone bricks, make it look nicer. And here was 2 beds and a storage room, which I moved everything important and valuable into after my secret room was discovered. And of course, a crafting table. There's not really much left for me to show in this world. I didn't really build much on this world. But then again, I want to move on to a new seed, to a new world. That's the purpose of this video. Taking one last look into this world of mine that I've had since 7th grade. This world of mine that I started with my friends. I've already had a couple videos on my YouTube channel, but I wanted to do something with my friends. And I knew they had PlayStation, and I remember getting a PlayStation 4 for my 14th birthday, if I believe correctly. It's been so long I don't remember. But this whole world just brings memories. But I'm ready for a new chapter. I'm ready to bring on a new world and rebuild with the techniques I've learned over the years. As you can see from my recent videos, this mansion looks nothing like the mansions and buildings I've built in other videos. So revisiting just brought a lot of nostalgia. And I want to take you on this journey with me to say goodbye. Goodbye to this world. Goodbye to my pets. And goodbye to my buildings, my achievements. But before I end this video, I want to take one last look at the balcony. I want to start this video off. I want to end this video where I started it off, on the balcony that viewed over my ambitions, my naivety, overlooking the empty grounds which I had plans for, but never got to. So let's take one last look with me and say goodbye to this beautiful world that I had. Goodbye to the seed. And goodbye to these past memories. But videos are a funny thing. They keep our memories with us. So although I may be moving on to another chapter, this chapter will remain in the books. Thank you for coming on with this journey with me. Thank you for sticking around through all these years with me. Thank you. And thank you for staying with me for chapter 2. For staying with me as I progressed, as I aged, as I matured. Thank you for those of you who stuck with me from 7th grade till I graduated. For 6 years almost. Thank you. And to those of you who aren't subscribed but continued, I thank you as well. But if you would please consider subscribing, for a new chapter is about to begin, and subscribing is always free. Thank you for sticking around as I changed my name 3 times in total, from General Cool to Ruler of Worlds and now Gaming Engineer. Thank you. And I will see you guys in the next chapter of this channel. The next chapter as I move to college. The next chapter of my life. Thank you. And you engineers, have the best day. Goodbye.